What's up everybody, welcome back to Earn It, Save It, Invest It. In this video I'm going to break down really quickly. If you haven't heard, Elon Musk is talking about Tesla combining and merging with SpaceX and XAI. So I'm going to go over really quick exactly what he was talking about, what it can mean, some articles about exactly how it could work, and what it means for Tesla stock and just the businesses in general. So if you can, please give a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And let's break it down quickly. So here it says Elon Musk's SpaceX and XAI in merger talks ahead of planned IPO. If you haven't heard, SpaceX has been talking about going public around June or something. Elon Musk, SpaceX, and XAI are in merger talks ahead of initial public offering later this year. If you don't know, Elon Musk owns the majority of SpaceX and XAI and Tesla as well. Under the proposed merger, shares of XAI would be exchanged for shares in SpaceX, according to the Reuters report, which cited a person briefed on the matter with two recent company filings viewed by the news agency. Two entities have been set up in Nevada to facilitate the transaction. So they do talk about it later. A merger would combine Musk's rockets, Starlink satellites, the social media platform X, and Grok AI chatbot under one roof, according to the report. Some XAI executives could be given the option to receive cash instead of SpaceX stock as part of the deal. A final agreement hasn't been signed, and the timing and the structure of the transaction remain fluid. Musk, SpaceX, and XAI did not respond for comment. The Financial Times reported earlier SpaceX is looking at a mid-June IPO, aiming to raise as much as $50 billion at a valuation as $1.5 trillion. Tesla said on Wednesday that it will invest $2 billion in XAI. Tesla said that on January 16th, the company signed an agreement to invest about $2 billion to acquire shares of XAI. As a part of their recent publicly disclosed financing round. So, essentially, this is talking about SpaceX and XAI merging. Let's check out this one, right? We have Elon Musk's SpaceX, Tesla, and XAI in talks to merge. So now we're talking about all three. Three of his companies, SpaceX, XAI, and Tesla, are in play for a potential merger. While the talks appear to be in the early stage, it could eventually lead to at least one company folding into SpaceX. There are two scenarios being hashed out. In one, SpaceX and Tesla would merge, citing unnamed insiders. In another, SpaceX and XAI, did they do that wrong? XAI, yeah. Which he already owns, and it includes the social media platform X, would combine. A merger between SpaceX and XAI could take place ahead of planned SpaceX IPO this year. This would bring products like Grok, and we kind of explained this, right? The Starlink satellites, all that under one corporation. SpaceX and XAI have not disclosed this possibility public. However, recent filings show that two new corporate entities were established in Nevada on January 21st, which are called K2 Merger Sub Inc. and K2 Merger Sub 2 LLC. This suggests that Musk is keeping all options open. So he hasn't necessarily made up his mind about what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to do one and then fold all. Who knows exactly, right? But it seems like they're doing something. There are upsides to either scenario. Combining SpaceX and XAI companies could allow XAI to put its data centers in space, something Musk said he wants. A SpaceX Tesla tie-up could align the EV maker's energy storage business with the data center in space idea as well. Both options, as well as a combination of all three, fall in line with Musk's comments and recent actions to consolidate, because he has been talking about just getting it all in one place and doing all that. Last year, SpaceX agreed to invest $2 billion in XAI, and earlier this week, Tesla revealed too it invests $2 billion in the AI startup. So both SpaceX and Tesla have invested a total of $4 billion in XAI. Last year, XAI bought X in a deal at a value of about $80 billion. And X at $33 billion. SpaceX, which has been around since 2002, reportedly launched a secondary sale that valued it at $800 billion, making it the most valuable private company in the U.S. So they're saying this recently reportedly did a $800 billion, right? But yet they're still thinking about doing a $1.5 trillion IPO, which would obviously be pretty well above what they're saying the last valuation round was. All right, let's go through a couple more. Here's this one, Tesla. It went up 5% on reports that SpaceX is in deal talks with stoked investors' hopes that the billionaire's empire could be unified further. SpaceX, let me zoom in a little bit more on this. SpaceX is in discussions to merge with the AI startup XAI ahead of the blockbuster IPO. While companies are already interlinked, Tesla investors have long advocated for more consolidation, hoping that bringing different operations under one roof would allow Musk a sharper focus on the EV maker's business as it aims to transform into an AI and robotics player. A merger between Tesla, XAI, and SpaceX would benefit investors dramatically, said Andrew Rocco, stock strategist at Zacks Investment Research. History says that ultimately most Tesla SpaceX investors are invested for the sole sake of betting on Elon Musk. A single entity would help to further align his attention and ample resources to one company. Musk has laid out ambitious goals for Tesla, including making autonomous vehicles accessible to half of the American population by the end of 2026, which is definitely not happening, and starting production of the humanoid robot Optimus toward the end of the year. But with Tesla really sticking to its delivery times, and with the tech's entrepreneurs' involvement with political affairs, shareholders have been worried. Tesla said it would invest $2 billion in XAI. It's supposed to boost the autonomous driving and humanoid robot ambitions because their sales have sagged. It really has. Meanwhile, Musk has already been merging his businesses. XAI, yep, we already talked about that. It bought X, right? This month, XAI raised $20 billion, exceeding its $15 billion target, valuing it at $230 billion. And like we said, it got a $2 billion investment from SpaceX as well. So that's that one. We got one more really quick. SpaceX is considering a potential merger with Tesla, as well as an alternative combination with XAI. Tesla shares were up 3%. SpaceX and XAI are in discussion. There's one thing in this article that I saw that was different. Each article had something different. SpaceX and XAI are in discussions to merge. Okay, we've already done that. Yep, right, with the Starlink satellites and all that stuff. SpaceX and the firm discussed the feasibility to tie up SpaceX and the EV Tesla, right? So putting them all in. But any deal could attract sizable interest from infrastructure funds and Middle Eastern sovereign investors. Some of the people told Bloomberg. So it is interesting, right, that each one, subscribe please, that each of these articles were giving, all of them seem positive, right? This all was a positive thing. Now, exactly what happens to Tesla stock, how it's gonna, like, it's, you're talking about a huge merger if it actually works, and what that new company is going to be called and all that stuff. So it's going to be very interesting to see if they actually follow through with it. I will say this, and I do want to show this, that Tesla has had a lot of hard times recently, and it could be one of the reasons why he's looking to kind of merge. So here's Tesla. Its PE is 203. Now, if you're something like a Palantir and your PE is astronomical, you definitely need to have the growth rates to go with it. Tesla does not have that. Tesla is at 203 PE. Right? Well, let's go down. Let's go down and see what their revenue has been. Revenue is down from last year, and they're expecting the revenue to continue to go up, but I mean, they expected it to go up last year too. Now the growth, revenue year over year, look at this. Year over year, minus 2%, right? And the profitability, A+, when the gross profit's 18 and the net income is 4. I mean, maybe I'm spoiled by the tech companies, but that doesn't seem great, right? I mean, if we just go really quickly over their financials, let me get there, right? Well, look at their financials. I mean, since last year, they haven't grown. I mean, they're doing less this year than they did in 2023. You know, now granted, they had a real good growth streak over those last few years, but they're really stalling off right now. I'm not going to get into all the financials because this isn't a Tesla financial video, but as you can see, they are going down. If we look at their earnings, this is a really quick way of seeing it. All right, this is their revenue year over year. Check that out. Minus 30%, minus 11, minus 9, minus 8 over here. I mean, they've been going through it for a while, right? Before they were at 73, 98, 48, all that, like those revenue growth rates are absolutely amazing. You went from 47 to 8, like that, you know, 1 quarter. You went from 47 to 8, and you just never looked back. You went to 3, then you went to negative 8. I mean, that's going to kill the stock, of course. Now, of course, you go from negative 11 to 11. That seems great, but you're talking year over year. This is quarter to quarter. It looks bad, right? So anyway, the point is Tesla, the stock, and the business. The stock is actually doing okay, but the business itself, it needs some help. So it's going to be interesting to see how this merger works, if it goes through, which I do have a feeling it will go through because I think the investors want Elon Musk to kind of like, you know, kind of tunnel vision. And if everything's just in one place, it kind of allows him to, you know, in a sense, right? SpaceX is not going to move into the Tesla facilities and all that, but everything will have access, right? You can have access to everything. You can have one office, one room, and it has access to absolutely everything. The one system, they're all working under one roof in a sense, right? So it will be interesting. So anyway, that's my quick video. About 13 minutes is good. So yeah, if you like that, please, if you've probably already seen it, but give a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that is my 2 cents about it. I think it would be great for Tesla. SpaceX is a great company. It's going to be a highly profitable company. So yeah, and just remember to never forget. Remember to never forget. I don't even know if I said that, but never forget to earn it, save it, invest it, buy low, sell high. I want assets, not liabilities, and you can count on compounded interest.